Yo, what's going on, PokeChamps? This is your InfamousTrainer, and today we're talking about some of the possible upcoming arcs of Pokémon Journeys. Now, we know that this anime has been breaking tons of trends and going against the grain of the previous Pokemon seasons, as we've already had the main Sword and Shield arc at the beginning of the anime. Some enjoyed it, some didn't, but of course we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Now, of course, with this video, I'm gonna need some help, so how about you guys introduce yourselves?
Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here. Yo, thank you so much for having me on the channel today, bro.
Hello, my name is Niall, and thanks to Infamous for having me on this exciting video, and hope you guys all enjoy.
How's it going, everyone? Your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, joining alongside InfamousTrainer, the Treyman1, and Niall Kelly in this epic as hell collab. I am beyond thrilled to get this started. Make sure you guys stand up, get hyped, and enjoy what we have for you in today's video.
That being said, guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video, share the video out, and hit that subscribe button. But if you guys are ready, let's dive in. Now, first things first, we have to talk about the Pokemon Sword and Shield arc that we got at the tail end of Season 1 of Pokémon Journeys. Now, of course, with this entire arc, it was a 4-episode arc that introduced Zacian, Zamazenta, and many Galar characters like Leon, of course, coming back and showing off his battle prowess and his epicness as a champion, seeing the beautiful Sonia and the badass Raihan. And of course, we got some great moments out of this, like Goh and Raboot collabing together, becoming stronger as trainer in Pokemon and evolving into a Cinderace, and same thing when it comes to Ash and his Riolu turning into the epic Lucario, which is something that fans have been waiting for from the initial release, that we were getting a Riolu on the team. And not to mention the epic battle of Ash, Goh, Lucario, Pikachu, and Cinderace vs Eternatus. And of course the conclusion of Goh catching the legendary Pokemon Eternatus with of course some help from our boy Ash, which ended off a great arc. Now it begs the question, what is the next arc that we can see within the anime? Crasher, why don't you tell him?
Now here's something that I want to throw on the table for you cool cats watching up to this point. So let's actually take our focus on to the opening of Pokemon Journeys. You would notice that for a fair amount of the Journeys opening, we would actually see scenes that showcases Ash, Goh, and Chloe traveling with Champion Leon. Now this right here has hinted at the possibility that Champion Leon could actually be traveling with Ash, Goh, and Chloe in some type of amazing adventure arc where they travel through the Galar region and explore various areas. And not just that, but also learn more about the Dynamax/Gigantamax phenomena that is exclusive to Galar. And that actually kind of brings me to another point here involving Chloe and her Eevee. So, this Eevee that Chloe has is very, very mysterious. It is unable to evolve for whatever reason. And one of the things that kind of rings a bell is, well, wait a second now, Gigantamax Eevee doesn't evolve. So what if Chloe's Eevee has the ability to Gigantamax, and knowing that, that actually makes Chloe more interested in researching more about the Dynamax/Gigantamax phenomena that takes place in Galar. Now, all of this is just mere speculation, but then again, let's also remember, especially to the second opening of Pokemon Journeys, where there was so much that was showcased that actually hinted towards future Pokemon episodes, such as the Alola episode, such as the Sword and Shield arc with Eternatus, such as Lucario and Cinderace evolving, etc., etc. So I'm wondering if what's showcased here in the third opening actually does hint towards this type of event taking place in the future of Pokemon Journeys.
So obviously the Sword and Shield main storyline is pretty much all wrapped up in the anime with the Darkest Day. There isn't much else they can give us from the main game itself. However, we do have DLCs, and the second DLC, the Crown Tundra, would be a fantastic arc to explore in the anime. Firstly, the area would look incredible animated, the snowy mountains and fields. It would just be a lot of fun for Ash and the gang to explore, and of course there would also be a lot of story to tell as well. The Crown Tundra is mainly about legendary Pokemon. They gave us 3 legendary birds in their new Galarian forms, and they also gave us 2 new Regis along with 3 brand new legendary Pokemon being Spectria, Galastria and Calyrex, and them 3 alone would be enough story to explore, as they have different forms and it could be a fun adventure with Ash and Goh learning all about them. There is also the character of Peony, who is Chairman Rose's older brother, so Ash could meet him and speak to him and tell him about how he beat Rose. Also in the anime, Rose is still on the run, so they could even bring him back and tie things in with his older brother. I think the Crown Tundra would also be a good opportunity to bring back Brandon, as we know he explores ruins and collects Regis. We've seen him with the original 3 Regis, and he also appeared when Regigigas was rampaging, so it makes perfect sense to bring him back with these new 2 Regis. Maybe he could capture one and have another battle with Ash using it. There's a lot of possibilities with the Crown Tundra, but we would need quite a few episodes to explore, because there's definitely a lot to this arc. The Calyrex story alone would probably have to take over 2 or 3 episodes, and then there's everything else, but there's definitely a lot of aspects that they could take from this DLC.
Now, to spice up this Crown Tundra arc just a little more, I want to mention a theory by my bro Bliss. Everyone please check out Bliss on YouTube and Twitter. He makes some amazing theories and content. Now, this theory states that Lily and Gladion are actually on their way to the Crown Tundra in search for their father. I know, like that sounds kind of weird because, you know, yeah, he was last on the Pelago in the games, but the anime is known for changing things up. And as we know, in the games, the Crown Tundra actually had an incident where ultra wormholes started to open up in the raid dens, which means that Mon could have actually been teleported here instead of the Pokemon Pelago, meaning that Ash and Goh will end up helping Lily and Gladion in this Crown Tundra arc in search for their father. You know, this would be really amazing if this ends up being the case, as it's tying in Sun and Moon story and Sword and Shields in an awesome, wholesome way. As we know, Lily and Gladion were last seen on a train, and it's like, okay, they got on a boat, which means they could have sailed to Galar, and now they're on this train. Galar's known for having these trains, and literally you take a train to the Crown Tundra, so literally Lily and Gladion could be on their way there and end up joining Ash and Goh in this arc to find Mon.
Now, I also wanted to add something in about the Crown Tundra, as I also had a different thought process that they could always turn this into a movie. Calyrex is a big legendary and a very interesting legendary nonetheless, as it has 2 different Pokemon, and they could definitely go the route of making it like a black and white movie situation, which one movie uses Spectrier and the other one uses Glastrier. So there's a definite option for it being a possible movie release, but I don't know. The option is always in the air because Pokémon Journeys is just so unpredictable.
Seeing how Diamond and Pearl remakes are the expected thing to come out this year, it's a possibility that we could be getting a Diamond and Pearl arc in Journeys, like how we had the Sword and Shield arc. Now, they can't really tell the story of Team Galactic again, but there's many things that they haven't done in the anime before that they could do here. The biggest thing is the Battle Frontier. As we know, in the AG series, Ash actually had a Kanto arc where he took on the Battle Frontier. Now, this arc, if it does happen in Journeys, will probably be a maximum of 5 episodes. Maybe Ash just battling each Frontier Brain one by one, or what I hope that happens is an actual Battle Frontier tournament like how we had in episode 7 of Journeys, where Ash battles his way up, and at the end, he could end up battling one of the Frontier Brains. The biggest one I think will be Palmer, and this will make a lot of sense for Barry to return and be a rival again for Ash in the World Championship, as we've never seen those 2 battle in the league. Many other things could happen in this type of arc too though. It could be an arc focused on Lucario getting in the Mega Evolution. Who knows, if Mega Evolutions do return in the Diamond and Pearl remake, Maylene may actually have some help in Ash getting the Mega Ring, where maybe he gets the Keystone from Maylene and then the ring from a battle against Karina, or anything could happen. And obviously, you know, we have to see Cynthia. They've been saving Cynthia. She wasn't in the final 2 of the Masters 8. She could either just be entering the tournament, or she's maybe in the top 4. I don't know, but I do believe that we will either see Leon versus Cynthia or Ash versus Cynthia later on in the series. And if that does happen, that's going to be an amazing thing that we all would love so much. Another thing that they could possibly do is a Legendaries-based arc, where they really finally get to show Arceus off in the actual anime. Maybe for this big battle or crisis, I don't know. We know Goh wants to catch them all. If they do something similar to where they did with Mewtwo, where Goh and Ash somehow meet Arceus, Ash wants to battle Arceus, Goh, you know, wants to try and catch him, but obviously it's not going to work because, yeah, that's crossing the line right there. Goh catches Arceus. But I do believe a nice arc with these Diamond and Pearl Legends would be pretty interesting, as they are a big deal. They're literally time, space, and the creation. Who knows?
The next possible arc is an evil team arc. This is one we are bound to get. In all 7 generations we have explored the evil team of that region. Technically we've already beaten the bad guys from Sword and Shield, being Rose and his company, but we still have the small matter of Team Yell. And it may seem like there's not much story to tell with a group which is just there to cheer for Marnie, but actually there's quite a lot. Firstly, the town of Spikemoth we haven't seen yet in the anime, and when we first go there in the games it's all locked down and Team Yell have completely taken over. So there could be some interesting story to tell within the anime for this. Ash and Goh could visit Spikemoth where Ash has to face down the gym leader Pierce in order to protect this town from Team Yell. Then there's Pierce's sister and one of the fan favourite main rivals from Sword and Shield, Marnie. She's bound to appear in the anime at some point with just how popular she was, and a Team Yell focus arc could be the perfect way to introduce her. Maybe we'd meet her before the arc, she'd have a battle with either Ash or Goh, and then they'd help her out with the Spikemoth problem. This arc could be a way of introducing so many aspects and characters that could play a bigger role in the future. I don't expect much of Team Yell themselves, but they could incorporate into a larger Spikemoth/Piers arc, which I think would work really well, and overall Piers was just one of my favourite gym leaders in Sword and Shield, so it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't do something with this.
Good old Isle of Armor. This is one arc that I am very, very curious to see how it's going to unfold in Pokemon Journeys, because we know that Mustard and more specifically Champion Leon go way back. Champion Leon was actually trained by the almighty Mustard, so I would love to see the type of interaction that those two have with one another. And what usually comes with the Isle of Armor? Well, none other than good old Kubfu. Now, I actually did a video a few months back where part of the video I was discussing the possibility of there being a Isle of Armor arc in Pokemon Journeys, and that right there was based off of some merchandise that was showcased that involved Ash, Goh, and Chloe, as well as Kubfu and both of the Urshifu forms. Now, I also made a mention in that said video, to paraphrase, what if Goh and Ash each got a Kubfu and they both completed their respective towers, being the Tower of Water and Tower of Darkness, and in the process of that, they both end up having their Kubfus evolve into Urshifu, and thus they would have a badass legendary fighting type Pokemon on their team. And with that, that could also lead to a battle against Mustard. Now, whether it's Ash vs. Mustard or Goh vs. Mustard, we could see that battle go down, and that right there could possibly impress Champion Leon to the point where maybe we could also see Champion Leon actually want to have a rematch with Ash, and that right there could be kind of like an exhibition type of match taking place at the Isle of Armor. Could be a 1-versus-1 type of match, and maybe we could also see Ash use Gigantamax again, since it has been many episodes since Ash had used Gigantamax in the first place. Now, those are just some wild speculations right there, but what would your guys' thoughts and opinions be if something like that was to go down for the Isle of Armor arc in Pokemon Journeys? Please conversate with us. Let us know what you would like to see out of the Isle of Armor arc in Pokemon Journeys.
The Pokemon World Championship, and for those of you guys who like it, the World Coronation Series. Now, this is going to be a very big one to touch on, as this could determine the ending of Ash's adventure and how the Pokemon Journeys will look at the end of the day. Now, this is something I am really excited about, but it comes with a little bit of cost. Currently, at the time I'm recording this video, fans are very worried about how Pokemon Journeys is handling the World Coronation Series, or Ash's possibility of being the world champion, as we don't really get to see Ash battle too much on screen with all his Pokemon. And of course, in this series, Ash isn't even using all of his Pokemon, as he recently caught himself a Dracovish and it hasn't had any other screen time. Gengar has had one good battle, and Dragonite's been used all about twice, and we only get to see Lucario, which is a fan favorite Pokemon, and we love to see him. Pikachu, of course, And recently, Farfetch has gotten more screen time, which is absolutely awesome. So I do want to see Ash use more of his Pokemon, which can contribute to a stronger team once he gets to the World Championship. Not to mention, I want to see all that training from the previous arcs pay off, and hopefully he does start rotating those Pokemon more and bringing back old Pokemon like Infernape, Charizard, and possibly even the epic Greninja, alongside all the other plethora of Pokemon he has. We haven't seen Pokemon like Incineroar battle, we haven't seen Heracross in a long time, and not to mention many other Pokemon Ash has in his arsenal, alongside bringing back some old rivals, Paul, Gary, Richie maybe even, and many others alongside all his companions. That would just be super awesome. And again, depending on how this arc finalizes, we could see Ash become the World Championship, and that could be the ending for Ash Ketchum. But if he loses and he doesn't become the World Champion, what does he do? Does he go to the next generation? Does he meet his dad and go on an adventure? What really happens after that? So I'm hoping so much that this arc ends on a great note. Even if Ash loses, I want them to have some great closure for the character, or at least a great segue into the next season of Pokemon. We're not really sure about how Pokemon Journeys will end, but we're hoping for Pokemon Journeys to end on the most epic note possible. But what do you guys think of all these Pokemon Journey arcs? Are you guys hoping to see some of these in the future, or do we miss a couple? Let us know. We'd love to hear it. And I want to make sure I give a big shout out to these three guys, that being CrasherPlays&Reacts, Trayman1, and Niall Kelly. Thank you guys so much for helping out with the video.
A massive thank you for Infamous for inviting me on this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And let's hope Pokemon Journeys gives us some of these arcs that we've talked about.
Thank you so much for having me on the channel once again, bro. I really appreciate it, and I enjoyed joining you in this list. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Trayman1, peace out.
That right there was a massively amazing and fire video that we put together, and we honestly hope you enjoyed. And Infamous, my man, I gotta say, the pleasure is always mine whenever I have the honor and opportunity to do a collab on your channel. And what makes this even better is that we have the freaking Trayman1 and Niall Kelly that joined us here. So that's 4 times the amount of hype. I want to say thank you guys for this video, and thank you guys, those that are viewing, thank you for watching, and we truly hope you enjoyed today's video.
That being said, guys, don't forget to check them out, leave a like on this video, share the video out, and I will see you guys all next time. Thank you guys for watching, and bye!